Ayo. Welcome to Monday's stream. We have a plan for the day. The plan is the Belgian Grand Prix weekend, followed by the season run-in on the Career Mode RTG, or the RTG Career Mode, whichever way around you wish to say it. Hoping to get ourselves into the playoffs in that, but we won't see. In this, we very much would like to, well, just quite frankly, not fucking retire, if we're honest. So you got a great result in Great Britain. Before then, of course, another DNF in Hungary. So we will be turning faults off if we have one more, because the comment section are getting a bit fed up of it, which is fair. Which is absolutely fair. We'll do that. That's already absolutely full, so we'll do that. We'll do that. Le Bosch. And the last episode I mentioned about teammates not doing question mark upgrades, when in fact they do question mark upgrades. So I need to brain clarify that once we get to the actual footage. I'm good, thank you, Ben. How are you? How was everyone's weekend? Cambridge lost again, which is great. Let me say thank you to those that followed since we were last live. There have been Kano and Marcus and Tubby got drip. Yeah, I'm lucky. Yarrick, Dan Deal, Zandra Clay, and Jerber. Thank you very much indeed. I appreciate it. FC will probably be about 3 o'clock, Sans. Normally takes us about 3 hours to work our way through a full-length Formula 1 Grand Prix weekend. Duck Next Door, thank you very much for re-following. Appreciate it. This is your favourite track, is it, Luke? Right, we might as well just fucking get on it then, aren't we, really? So let's hit record and we can go. Welcome back to the F1 24 driver career. I have very much heard you in the comments. Unfortunately, I've recorded a little bit further ahead since you left that overwhelming feedback. So after the DNF in Austria, you were very vocal about, really, we should turn these faults off, shouldn't we, Ches? And because it was starting to affect your enjoyment of the content. And then we got a P4 in Silverstone, and we were thrilled. You haven't seen, as I record this, Hungary yet, but the consensus of everything that was said at Austria is just going to be confounded by what happened in Hungary. So, as per your specific preference for feedback for the content, we will turn. I'm not sure whereabouts it will be actually. Which setting? Rules and flags, career settings, maybe. We will turn fault frequency off. Faults will be disabled moving forward for the rest of this season. Once we move from Ferrari, we'll turn it back on again, and hopefully it's not something we encounter again. It's been a very interesting season in that regard, very difficult season in that regard here with Ferrari, and hopefully it's not something we'll encounter in latter seasons elsewhere, especially when we start the My Team career mode for sure. But we will crack on with Belgium today. We, of course, got a fantastic result at Silverstone. Hungary was really not anywhere near as competitive as we would like to be. But Spa should be more like Silverstone in terms of our competitiveness. We could absolutely be much higher in the drivers' standings and significantly higher in the constructors as well. If it weren't for the DNFs, if it weren't for the component failures, we'd be second in the constructors and I'd be at least ninth in the drivers. So there's no doubt about that whatsoever. That's 5 DNFs in 13 races. So no more DNFs, at least for mechanical issues anyway, for the rest of the season. So we shall jump into a very sunny Spa, be very thankful for that, add to our resource points and hopefully get ourselves a very, very, very decent finish from there. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying the career mode. I'd very much appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and you won't miss out on any more. Come and join me on stream and you can see every lap of every session that we do. And it'd be great to see you over there as well. But without any further ado, I'm going to hop into practice, earn myself as many resource points as possible and continue to upgrade the car. For some reason, my heart rate is 140 something. So that coffee's certainly kicked in, hasn't it? Jesus Christ. Why is my heart rate 140 fucking 3? Calm. Unless it's got stuck somehow. Are you stuck? Maybe. Hello? It's a bit loose. I don't know whether it being loose would mean that there'd be more fucking... I imagine it being loose wouldn't mean that it would register my heart rate any differently. I think I've just loosened it off, actually. Someone phone an ambulance. Oh my god. Passion. More passion. More passion. More passion. More passion. More energy. No, that was... Yeah, I definitely did tighten it. I just didn't tighten it enough. There we go. That's better, isn't it? Are you working still? 142. Reconnecting. Okay, good. Let me lick the things. Come on. Yeah, bub. The heart rate's there. 65? Yeah, I get the feeling it's not going to be as low as 65. It's definitely not 65. I can fucking feel it. It's not 65. A bit high for a Monday. Yeah, you're not wrong. Hello, Bembo. Yeah, it could have gone either way on Saturday, couldn't it? Reconnecting. Oh, come on. Fucking on. Technology 1, Chesnoid nil. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Connected 83. Now update 91. Good. Well, we're back up and running.
Fully immersed in the beautiful Ardennes forest in Belgium, surely one of the most iconic tracks.
Benny,
it's practice
gifting 5 subs to the channel. Panda, hello mate, hope you're well, dude. Jalipus, Viz, Luke, and Captain Slothy, welcome to the gang. Benny, thank you very much indeed for helping us start Monday a very, very good way. And Martin Silva, right? Thank you for the follow as well.
All fitted and good to go. I hope they do the trick.
Thoughts for FC25 are that it looks like it might be better, but we'll wait and see. All depends on how it actually plays. As ever, everything that's promised pre-game looks very good on paper. It's a case of whether it's actually any good on grass, though, isn't it? Which is the more important thing. Right, let me just make sure that I've got my Belgium set up correct. Just remove that for the moment. Is that F1 setup? Yeah, it is. Bear with. Belgium. What have we got here? Slight tweaky route, but not by much. Track acclimatization, 1, 2, 3, off we pop. Oh, hang on. Just remembered, last time we played this game was F2. So I'm going to need to change to the F1 handling again, which is slightly less responsive. And then back to an automatic gearbox for Formula 1, thank you. We live in hope that one year it will not promise the world and play like shit.
Precisely as possible. Best of luck out there.
Benny, chill. Another 10 gifted subs from Benny this morning. It's Rafs, Captain Samich, Avenger, Hassan, HC, Gavlar, Nick, FM Ginge, and Camp BT. Welcome to the channel. And Yeffa, sorry, as well, or Jeff E. Welcome to the gang, all of you. Benny, stop. Chill your fucking beans. Had to get across 200. Very kind of you, mate. Will's been all the way into 5th there. Oh, Christ, that was
We're approaching the
sensitive
DRS zone.
over there.
Watch your MFD for the activation point.
Ah, Sag. Woking lost on Saturday. Oh, really? What was the controversy, Benjamin? And who were Woking playing? Yay. Yeah, the Battle of the Bens. A full second off max, good. Although that was on mediums. Let's see what happens, shall we? Try the race strategy. At least it's a circuit I know well. Sometimes you can know a circuit too well, though.
Calculate a good race strategy.
I.e., you've driven somewhere so much that you find yourself having bad habits that you've been stuck in for years and years and years, and they're bad habits that you can't get out of, so you're not actually able to actively improve the way that you drive. Duck Next Door, thank you for the 18th month subscribed, mate. Brand new badge for that with a 1.5 year as well. Back on with the sub. Been a crazy month of scouting with loads of camps for the kids, playing a lot of catch up on content now. There's plenty to catch up on, mate. We will keep you busy. But thank you for resubscribing, pal. I appreciate it, mate. Dion Kelly Evans decided to go full Roy Keane on Gateshead player Greg Ollie. He's broken his leg, as well as dislocating his ankle and tearing some ligament. Jesus Christ. Yeah. That's intense. was wide. I never really... No, let me concentrate a bit. I never really enjoyed Hockenheimring that much, if I'm honest. I preferred the Nürburgring. Don't catch that. Don't catch that gravel there. What is gone, nerd? I feel very sensitive at the front end. Oh, gold capper. You had a golden capper hype train. Oh, I didn't realise. Thanks for following, Raspberry Candy. Welcome to the channel, mate. We are using very worn engine parts here for this practice session, so it will affect our competitiveness. Oh, yes. I think he might be... Sounds like he might be facing a long-term ban as well. If it was genuinely as bad as... and as intentional as you say it was. I could say it. Thanks, Daniel. I know you're trying to let me through, but do it better, please. Tyre wear looks really good. The car's behaving so far, yeah. I don't think it's behaving a little too well. The front end is so much more reactive than I expect it to be. It might just be because the last time I played the game was with an F2 car. It's just catching me out a bit. It's going to take a little while to readjust back to an F1 car. Perhaps turning slightly too soon or too vigorously. Pull around there, and that last right hander, I just don't get on the power quickly enough. The RTG is FIFA. Realistic RTG career is FIFA. If it was FM, I would specifically mention that it was FM. A bit all over the fucking shot, wasn't it? We should have the opportunity for some more Football Manager later in the week. Still fastest through the speed trap. We're definitely set up for the first and third sectors and not for the middle sector, that's for sure. Our tyre wear seems astronomically good. Tyler, hello mate. How are we, sir? Thank you for the 30-second month. Good to see you, pal. Been a while. I guess you've been quite busy over the summer, to be completely honest, haven't you, really?
Okay, test complete, and that was a really good job indeed.
Yes,
You got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
Yeah, I thought as much. Tyre wear's very good for us here. And fuel usage too. Pace, perhaps not quite so much. Well, yeah. See, look, I'm faster than faster than Max in the first sector, but a second and a half off in the middle, although Max with a 42.9 is monstrous in that middle sector. And then half a second faster in the third sector as well than the fastest lap. So Max has just put in some astronomical lap time in the middle sector. That's actually disgusting. Let's try quali pace. Winter is the time you most... Yeah, no, 100%. I bet you barely get time to rest at all in the summer months, to be honest. Tyler?
Okay, don't worry about
He
time,
found a secret
just
shortcut, it sounds like it.
in this test, we just want to make sure we can lap close to our rival's pace. We haven't hit our program targets. Come in and take a look at data, and if we have time, we'll rerun the program.
Okay. Oh, he sent a video of it.
Cool. One left.
What in the fuck? Jesus Christ. Is there a replay angle? That is brutal. Fucking hell. Yeah, that's... In theory, more wings needed, yes. But... I actually don't think so. I feel like the car feels really good, so I'm quite happy to stick with how the car is at the moment. Yeah, gnarly is certainly one word for it. Yeah, I've been good, thank you, Tyler. Busy. Busy, but good.
And that's it. Practice is officially over.
Charles went 0.3 of a second faster, but who knows what fuel loads were and engine components, etc. We obviously were using significantly older engine components there. Resource points have been earned. The car is supposedly pretty good around Spa. Well, I mean, we expected it to be good around Spa. Tyre wear is apparently 13% better than expected. So that could very much work in our favour with regards race strategy. Pace-wise, we're strong in the first sector. We're strong in the third sector. We are not great in the middle. We're definitely set up for straight line speed, but I think that's the best way to go around Spa, quite frankly. And the car feels perfectly good enough in the middle sector. It just wasn't necessarily showing it with regards to lap time. But we're going to put much fresher components in here. In fact, I'm going to put brand new components in some regards, so that we can get as much as physically possible out of this particular race weekend. The car feels good. I feel like it's a track that I know well enough that I can do well at. So expect qualifying of 11th or 12th. We've come well adjusted to that right now. But the race I'm hoping will be very much Silverstone-esque.
High-speed straights, heady elevation changes and dramatic corners. What is there not to love about today? It's qualifying day here at Spa-Francorchamps.
We'll see what sort of lap times they're putting in. We were 43.2 in practice. Oosh, they've taken a step up. Okay, we will go out now. So hang on, let me make sure I'm running the least amount of fuel. 2.2 laps for 5 kilos. Now we're going to need a bit more than that. See what we can do.
We've just been pushed down into P18.
Slow. Did you mention that in a YouTube comment as well, Jordan? I remember seeing that in a YouTube comment somewhere. Afternoon, Dan. How are we, mate? It's been a scrappy lap, for sure. .42.8. 42.8 isn't great, but 42.8 isn't bad. Yeah, all good, thank you, Dan. I probably won't be watching Spurs Leicester tonight, no. Yeah, I had a poor first sector, that's for sure. 42.8 just leaves me not as much as I would like in reserve, so we will go again. I imagine a lot of people are going out on a second set. In fact, everyone is going out on a second set.
Okay, when you're ready, let's go.
That doesn't sound great for Green Bay, that, to be completely honest, Jamie. Sounds like a rough evening. We're trying to believe, nerd. We're trying to believe. Let's look after these tyres on the outlet.
Charles is sitting in pole position.
Yeah, who'd do a thing like that? Hey, Pindog. Too busy reading Pindog's message and chat. Who'd do a thing like that, eh? There's a sneaky Alpine behind me on track that's gone out very late in the session. Again, it's not been a great lap. There is definitely time left on the table from that lap. But it's enough for a P8. I think that popped me in at the end of Q1. Indeed it does. P8. So we're comfortably through to Q2. Whether we can comfortably or even sneakily make it into Q3, we shall wait and see. But 42.3 is apparently 9/10 off Charles. I don't have that much time in the bag, that's for sure. But we're competitive enough for the top handful anyway. Christ. Charles decided he wants to be light years ahead of everybody else, apparently. Let's go out and whack into that at the beginning of Q2. My NFL style would be the Rams. Merci, Daniel. Arigato. Well, P1 is just flat now. Fair enough. Might be where I'm losing some time in the middle sector. Pay attention, Ches. Let's do that again just to see what the time actually might well be. Distracted by Charles' thing popping up with a 41.6. It's not a bad time on a worn set, to be honest. Was it 42.3? I think that's probably what I did in the first session, isn't it? 42.3, they're in the mid 41s again, up top. We will have to go again. Of that, there's no doubt. Do I go again on that set and try and save a set of softs for the race? That is a question. I think the hards is just... need to not use the hards at all. Do I try and get through on that set? It's only 1.3 tenths in it. Oh, Chat, do we take a risk and try and get through on the slightly worn set, or do I use that fresh set? That last fresh set? We currently have 4 tenths in the bag, but George and Lewis will definitely both go quicker. Checo may well go quicker as well. True, remember Canada, that's fair. Although Canada is much higher tyre wear than here. But do we just try and maximise our start position knowing that we've got good race pace and good tyre wear? Then a 5% worn set of tyres might actually be decent for the Grand Prix. That's fair, okay. We'll go fresh. We'll go fresh.
All set, we're ready to go, so let's get the car out onto the track.
Hello twats, how are you mate? Been a while? Good to see you pal. Been binging Ricky Gervais this morning. As in stand-up specials or TV shows? For medical reasons, Evie. Stand-up specials on Netflix, yeah, they're very good, aren't they? Clark, thank you for the 7th month, mate. Let's try and channel that energy into a good quali lap, shall we? Overcooked it. Fucking concentrate, Jez, you twat. Get the corners done, then look at the delta. I was looking at the delta halfway through that section. Just doesn't help, does it? P12 in qualifying. That seems familiar. That's wide. We are up on our fresh set. Are we up enough on our fresh set to get us into Q3? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, we are. P3 in Q2 for the first time in 10 rounds of the championship. We haven't been in Q3 since Australia in the third round of the championship. We are very much in the hunt for pole here at Spa, apparently. Told you Spa would be good for the car. Bring on Q3. 105, Evie. Prime subs equal Q3. Apparently so. Apparently so, Clark, yeah. Very happy indeed with that. We've turned faults off, Jordan. So the Ferrari engine won't do a Ferrari because it quite physically can't. The comment section just were not happy with it. Back on for season 3, yes, but the comment section was saying, look, it's starting to really affect the enjoyment of the content. Well, that's the decision made then, isn't it, really? Just turn them off for the rest of this season, Darren. We'll turn them back on again. Don't mind me. (41-1) from Fernando. Holy, raise the bar. Christ. Alright. Alonso, calm down. Shit the bed. I mean, I can do that. If you guys would rather we leave the non-terminal failures on, then I'm quite happy to do so. (41-1). Fucking Nora.
Okay, that's all the checks complete. We're ready to go.
Raikkonen going for pole. Lost a little bit there. Don't look at the delta, Ches. Fucking idiot. How many times I do that? Like mid-corner, look at the delta before I've actually exited the turn. Just get so distracted by it in the corner, so probably turn it off, really. The driver in real life would know what their lap time is. And the final part of the bus stop chicane, shortest run to the line. We're going to put in a time that is fast enough for 8th. Oh. I was hoping, after that Q2 performance, that we'd be slightly higher than 8th.
We're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights
8th.
Out tomorrow.
Okay. Well, it's better than we've been in the last 10 qualifying sessions, so we will take it. But I definitely could have gotten myself slightly higher, I feel. On strategy, with tyre wear in our favour, fuel usage potentially in our favour as well, there's definitely some moves to be made from there, and time that we can get back in our favour on strategy. I did, in the intro, turn all failures off for me, the user. However, live chat has requested, and I think I agree as well, that we will actually turn non-race ending failures on. So we'll turn them up to standard. But fault types will be standard. So technical faults will be enabled, i.e. my DRS could fail, my ERS could have issues, my battery, but mechanical failures that end my race will be off. So we will still have some faults that occur, but they just won't be race-ending ones, so the content will still have an element of realism to it in that regard, but obviously we will still complete every single Grand Prix for the rest of the calendar. So it's a good middle ground, and thank you, Adstar in chat, for making that suggestion. I think it's the right one. So then, well, we actually know what the grid's going to look like, unless there are any penalties, but what's the strategy going to look like? Yeah, exactly, Darren. That's what I mean. The driver would still know what was going on. All right, what's in this patch? Fix a rare instance where the game could crash when entering another session. Fix an issue in two-player career. HDR settings now will remain the same. Fix an issue where ERS bar could flicker if trying to use overtake after the player had already reached full deployment. Multiplayer. The invites and request option has been added to the pause menu in single player. Session types. Fix an issue where where flying lap and return to garage options being missing. Good. So that will help for time trial.
Welcome then, as we take a step back into the nostalgic.
Fix the rare issue in multiplayer races where a player could be disqualified from the race after being removed from the formation lap. That will help. That will mean formation laps will be back for Creator Series.
Sharp turns, chicanes, sweeping high-speed corners, all while taking in some of the most beautiful scenery that Europe has to offer. This might sound like a travel brochure, but it's not.
Corrected
It's
the
a
pit
race
lane
day.
speed limit at
Welcome
Jeddah.
along to
Some issues have been
for the
made
Belgian
to
Grand
prevent
Prix.
exploiting off-track areas to record faster times for certain circuits. Because there are areas where a player on the track could incorrectly receive a blocking penalty when another car was in the pit lane exit and not directly behind them. In career modes, AI teammates can now purchase upgrades on the last day of the season if they have enough resource points to hang on. So are there any penalties where we'll be starting slightly higher than P8? It appears that Charles Leclerc is probably going to race away with this, although Fernando Alonso was very close to him with his qualifying time, less than 200ths, but P5, 4 tenths down. I am 8th. I was 6 tenths down, but we're certainly more competitive at Spa than we have been at a lot of other circuits recently. This is going to be Silverstone-esque, certainly. No penalties for anyone. Now then, the question is, what strategy? Are we starting on mediums or are we starting on softs? There's a mixture. I would be happy to start on the medium tyre. Although, I think starting on a worn set of softs, I actually reckon medium hard. I reckon softs to mediums is probably the way for me. And I'll pit off those softs on like lap 18 or 17. Our personalised tyre wear is significantly better. And we're definitely not going to need 4 laps worth of extra fuel as well. So I'll put in 3 laps worth of extra fuel. And even that's probably a little bit overkill. We're going to go soft medium rather than medium hard. So we'll be just quicker throughout all aspects of the race than the alternate strategy. And with our good tyre wear here, right, we are aiming for a very strong finish here, I hope. A very strong finish. Ah, that gold thing for people's names, might that be the True Fan achievement and trophy for 10,000 fan zone points? That might be why some people have a gold name in the lobby with the little trophy next to them. Right, let's give you guys a prediction. I'm going to say, will we finish on the podium or not here? P3 or higher, P4 or lower? Oh, is it? Alright, fair enough. I was mistaken. You have your prediction to go and vote on. Go and do exactly that. I'll go for a quick toilet break, and then it's vroom vroom time. BRB. Right, let's see which way you guys have gone. Shut up, you music bastard. Oh, 53-47. Okay. 8 of you reckon Jordan's gone ham. 8 of you reckon I will make the podium. With 286,000 points spent, 222,000 of which are bloody Jordan. And then 11 of you reckon that I don't make the podium. Jordan with 120k, Tyler with 70, Jaffa with 25. Well, some of you are going to be very happy. Some of you are going to be really upset. And now that we're definitely not going to be retiring at all for the rest of the season, then those of you that vote for the more positive option don't get undone by my car going bang. So let's see what happens, shall we? These softs shouldn't be that worn. I haven't seen the shootout, but I heard about the shootout. It only affects me.
Okay, so everything looks
Other
good.
drivers
Power
will
unit
have
cycles, so let's
race-ending
concentrate on
retirements
bringing
turned
tyres
on.
and brakes up to temperature.
You can't turn those off. I don't believe. Unless you turn damage off entirely, perhaps.
Okay, radar is clear. Weather is looking good for now.
Right, starting on the outside, which is probably beneficial this far back.
Decent parking.
But
Let's try and
there's
get
such a
launch as
short
the lights
run
go
to
out.
the first corner that
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence.
not sure how much we'll actually be able to make into turn 1, if anything at all. Stroll was slightly poor off the start. We should hopefully be able to get him. And we have done exactly that. So we're up to P7. Now we've got to try and utilise these soft tyres as best as we can. Not under any pressure through Eau Rouge and then over the top of Radion either. So that's great. We can just concentrate on what's in front. And what's in front is a very quick set of other cars, actually. So, up to P7 off the start. We have confidence that we can make more positions too. We are genuinely aiming for a podium finish today. Whether we get it or not is obviously entirely different. but we are aiming for a podium finish. We've had a P2 in China. We've had a P4 at Silverstone. Oof. Okay, nice to know that we can carry speed that they can't through Pouhon. We've got to get past these medium runners as soon as possible, otherwise Charles Leclerc is going to disappear up front. Any chance of a potential win will disappear. I have a funny feeling they run slightly higher wings than me, although I'm not sure. Definitely got a run on
All right, let's focus now.
Carlos Sainz here, although we closed the door rather abruptly. Tyres are slightly worn, obviously, after qualifying, because we don't have a brand new set of soft tyres to use. Down the outside of Carlos Sainz. Now to be up the inside of Carlos Sainz for turn 1 again. DRS enabled, and we will be within 1 second of Oscar Piastri. We will have DRS, and the moves forward continue. That's P6 now. What are the others on? Is it any medium runners? Charles and Fernando are the other 2 medium runners in front of us. The rest are on the same soft tyre compound that we are. We're aiming to pit probably on lap 17. Okay, maybe scrub a little bit more speed off on the way into Pouhon and match them, because they definitely slightly faster on exit than me. Jamie, thank you very much for the subscription. I'll read the months in a moment. We are concentrating on trying to stick with those in front now. Alonso in P3 is currently holding us up on his medium tyres. I'll read it now, they're on a straight. Thank you for the third. Well, is subscribed for 3 months in advance. Total at the moment is 33 months, so that 3 months in advance will take you up to your 3-year badge. Thank you, mate. Hello, ads. Your subscription appears to have run out, so let me adjust that accordingly. I have to get my spreadsheet out and change some dates. Let's have a look. Excel, Patreon gifted subs. Patreon gifted sub lists. Ads Austin. 19th. Okay, we've got a handful to gift out today then, so we will do that after this race. Remind me after the race. We'll go through and gift all the subs that we need to gift for today. Appreciate it, Jamie. Thank you, pal. Nearly opened a full second gap behind now, although Sainz will have DRS here. So not yet. We're all, the whole field is up together at the moment. And will probably continue to be so for a little while. Both Mercedes behind. And it's those medium runners in front we want to try and get past. But because Charles is on the medium, he's going to be not able at the moment to run away out in front. He's got Lando Norris right behind him. I'm sitting pretty at the minute in P6. Comfortable with those in front, knowing we're going to undercut everybody in front of us, or at least are planning to undercut everyone in front of us unless someone also takes an early pit stop. We're very, very comfortable in this particular moment in time. That's the podium sat right there in front of us with Fernando Alonso as well, so we've absolutely no concerns about anything other than me concentrating properly and not making mistakes at this stage. Still looking good for a podium finish. You're watching 6 ads when I did it. Sorry, mate. Piastri's having a look at Verstappen. Piastri's not having a look at Verstappen. He thought about it. Had little butchers and decided, you know what? Nah. Sainz has just opened up a gap of over a second to his teammate behind him. So Magnussen might just be out of DRS range. Whoa, stop car. As we head down the hill here, although my going deep might have allowed K-Mag back in, and it has. That's frustrating. That's my fault. Like I say, we're happy to sit here, but if we can make another position or two, then it's probably the thing we should look to try and do. Very comfortable straight line speed here. Very comfortable indeed, not using any battery there, and still very comfortably able to easily sit in front of Carlos Sainz, although obviously he's on the medium tyre and we're on the soft, which will play a part in that. Just trying to make the tyres last as long as possible and not take too much out of them, so that if an opportunity does arise in front, we have the tyre life to be able to A, do it, and B, make it stick and stay in front. Still concentrating very hard. The front two are starting to build a bit of a gap, so getting past Fernando might end up becoming race critical. At the moment it's manageable, but we don't want them to get too far down the road, otherwise they will just disappear, and the only podium spot we'll be looking at will be a P3, not a 1 or 2. Well, a little bit of a run on Piastri here. It's only a little bit of a run, but it's a run I'm going to try and utilise. Use all my battery, or at least a lot of it. Up the inside of Piastri. Hold it, hold it, hold it. That's P5. Right, now we'll spend the rest of the lap just trying to build the battery back up.
Nice overtake.
We're in the top 5 with Verstappen in front, who's definitely overtakeable as well at this stage. That Red Bull car is actually really not that strong at all in the performance index. And then Fernando Alonso on mediums will have his tyres start to become the better compound in the not too distant future, because as you saw there, our tyre wear is getting on a little bit with a heavy fuel load, and they started slightly worn as well, of course, from qualifying. Still hoping to make more forward movements before the pit stop. And battery is back up now as well, as Marcus has quite accurately pointed out to us. Good. I'm very confident of a podium at the moment. Hello Brandon, how are you, mate?
Great work. You're catching the car ahead by around 5/10 a lap.
Max does not have DRS. He's 1.2 seconds behind Fernando. I'm not going to use all my battery here. I'm going to save some of it for later in the lap. We're not going to be close enough to make an overtake, but we are going to be close enough to be right with him. And Max is now very vulnerable in P4. Don't want to let Fernando get too far away. So if I can squeak my way past Max this lap and try and close that gap to Fernando, I will look to do so. But maybe the best way to close that gap to Fernando is to just stick close to Max here and then use the DRS all the way down the Kemmel straight next lap to then try and close the gap. Using battery for the rest of next lap to try and stick with Fernando Alonso and maybe get myself back in DRS range of him myself. So nearly a 2-second gap to Fernando now, who's really pushing home that advantage on those medium tyres. We need to make sure that Fernando stays within range of us, otherwise it will be no higher than P4 before the pit stop.
Gap to your teammate ahead, 5.8 seconds.
Right, this is going to be Max comfortably dealt with. Now the question
Okay,
is,
mate, we're seeing a lot of tyre wear at the moment. Please try and look after them.
oh, that's a new objective I've not seen before. Can we, now with some battery usage, close the gap on Fernando Alonso? Our rears are very nearly at 25%, which is going to be... Well, actually, that was last year's time model, wasn't it? This year, they do degrade very more gradually and on a much more accurate gradient, rather than having a first cliff and a second cliff. I don't know as going to be able to keep up with Fernando, but we'll use quite a bit of battery to try and do so, and maybe we'll be able to get ourselves within DRS range of him. At the very least, we should hopefully close in on Lando if we can, although he's being dragged along by my teammate Charles Leclerc with his medium tyres at this stage. So P3 is very much a possibility here, but whether anything more than P3 is there for us to take today, I don't know. Just want to say thank you to Steds for the 13th month subscribed. Cheers, pal. Yeah, 35% is definitely good. 35% is definitely more recognisable. Start to deteriorate. Notice the back end stepping on you a few times. Point. That tyre wear objective is not going to work. We're going to be over 40 by the time we box, I think.
drivers out in front.
He is.
And gap to the car in front, 2.4 seconds.
See, I might be able to keep the tyre wear down because it's actually a time thing, not before the pit stop. So only 5 laps left. We might well be able to keep tyre wear down and achieve that objective. Our softs are no longer competitive compared to the mediums, as you'll be able to see. Carlos Sainz starting to take Max Verstappen behind. The gap to Fernando Alonso is growing, and those that were behind us on the medium tyre are starting to come back through, which includes both Haas cars. So, time to get elbows out defensively. Maybe get dragged along by Carlos Sainz if that's a possibility, to try and maintain the gaps in front. Charles Leclerc has lost Lando Norris, dropped him, so Lando will not have DRS now, and hopefully Lando will be catchable. But Lando will be very fast in that McLaren regardless, so he might not be. We'll wait and see, but hopefully the undercut on lap 17 will, fingers crossed, earn us a decent amount of time on everyone. And I'm hoping it, concentrate, cheers, hoping it will earn us enough time to get ahead of Fernando Alonso, even though that gap is growing, because he won't be pitting for about another 8 or 9 laps after we box for his first stop or only stop. So we should be able to turn the deficits of Fernando back around with our fresh tyres. I'm now the head of a train.
Car in front is a second a lap faster. 1
Yes.
second.
A train that almost certainly won't have me at the front of it for much longer. Carlos Sainz is going to
Car
come
behind
through.
is gaining on you by 0.5 a lap.
We can drop Max though, that's preferable. Thank you for the follow, Hen. Welcome to the channel, mate. Obrigado, amigo. Steady. Right, Sainz is going to have me here then. That's fine. If you could not damage me on the way past, Carlos, that'd be great. Quite happy to tuck behind Carlos Sainz. Not a problem. We must have been side by side over the detection point because neither he nor I have DRS there. .7 to Fernando now, which isn't great. And now we're hoping to just get dragged along. And if we can drop the other soft runners behind, then that would be ideal. But I don't know as that's going to happen.
button and see what you can do.
I looked at the deltas again. It's always at the same part of the bloody racetrack that I do it. Go away, Max.
Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon. Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us, 10.5 seconds. Okay, you're losing a small amount of time to the car behind, let's keep pushing.
Oh, rear tyres are complaining now. They're wobbling all over the place. Carlos Sainz is gone. I can't get the power down consistently enough to be able to stick with him at the minute. Too many oversteer moments. Now it's about damage limitation for the rest of the stint. Another 4 laps until we box. So the tyres are going to be very worn by the end of it. But I think the sooner we box, the better. I definitely thinking 17 and not extending to 18 or to the currently projected 19. Absolutely going to stop slightly earlier. Boxing early for hards isn't the play. They're too slow. Magnussen's just taken Verstappen behind. More medium runners starting to work their way through. I think K-Mag might have been the last of the medium runners. Everybody behind us on the grid, I think. Pretty sure everybody behind us on the grid was on softs. Stroll is on mediums, although, yeah, he wasn't in front of me on the grid. He's started P7. He's just currently running P9. So, and Lance isn't really coming through at the minute at the same rate as the Haas drivers. K-Mag will probably catch us and pass us before the pit stop. It's just a case of how early they stop off those mediums. Hopefully as late as possible, which will allow us as much time as possible to gain the delta back again. But Lando Norris is currently favourite for the win, being dragged along by Charles Leclerc for a large chunk of this race. And he'll be boxing from his softs onto mediums. Currently, I would say it would go Lando, Charles, me at the end is my prediction. Norris, Leclerc, Wood. Spunk, thank you for the follow as well. Appreciate it, mate. Sorry I missed that 20 odd minutes ago. Are you winning, son? No, Dad. I'm fucking 5th. bring shame to the family. It's not that bad, is it? Fernando's actually right with Lando Norris now. So Lando in P2 is actually only about 7.5 seconds down the road. Fernando Alonso will probably take second place this lap. He should have a run on him. You can see on the minimap down the Kemmel Straight. Alonso for P2. It's going to be close. He's getting it done. Fernando Alonso is through into second place in this race. Gap to Lando, 8 seconds. Three laps till we pit. We'll do all of 15, 16 and 17 first. Oh, stream effed for a little bit, did it? Good. We're alright on YouTube, apparently. I don't know. I don't know the answer at the minute. I need to reset stream keys and stream on a different server, maybe.
Verstappen has the lead.
I mean, he doesn't at all. Verstappen's literally in 7th, but okay. Just going to get that tyre wear done. 39.55 is what we had, as opposed to 39.9. Kevin's actually going for the position here, which is fine by me, because we'll now have DRS down the Kemmel Straight. Thanks, Kevin. If ever there was a time I wanted you to overtake, knowing that it was certainly going to happen, there would have been it. Because now I should be able to go and get that position back again. He says. Like that. So very much, lad. Toodaloo. I say toodaloo. He's now still going to be stuck to my gearbox for the rest of the lap. But at least we got P4 back. Sorry, P5 back again. Did actually cost us a bit of time to Lando. Close to half a second, I think, actually. So maybe it wasn't the right idea to try and get past. But I think for our own race, it's the right thing to do. Is to try and hold position. We're going to box next lap.
To your teammate ahead. We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. 15.1 seconds. Okay, gap ahead, 4.6 seconds.
Ooh, some of the other soft runners have boxed. Or they've gone soft. Gasly and Zhou Guanyu have gone soft. That's probably not a very good strategy, but they started 18th and 19th respectively and currently running 19th and 20th respectively, so why the hell not? Try something different, you never know what might happen. Spoiler alert, probably not much for them.
Ferrari drivers in first place.
I know. Right, so we're going to be in now for mediums.
This lap, please.
The default strategy was lap 19. We feel like our tyre wear is good enough that we can stop on lap 17 and still have the better tyre at the end of the race, or at least as good a tyre at the end of the race as the others that are stopping slightly later. Need a good pit stop though, please, gents.
There seems to have been a bit of a problem removing the left
Which
front
we
wheel.
haven't
We need
gotten.
to try and put that behind us though and finish the race strong.
I swear, almost every undercut I try is ruined by a dead pit stop.
That was our last stop.
Thank you,
No more
gents.
scheduled
You
pit
cost me
stops.
2
Let's go.
seconds of race time there. There goes Théo Pourchaire. But thankfully, there's the DRS detection point, so we will very quickly be through Théo Pourchaire. And then there's actually a decent amount of free air up to Daniel Ricciardo that we can try and utilise to make the most of this brand new fresh set of tyres. Teo, do not fight it, mate. It's going to happen. Thank you, pal. Right. Oh, I can't believe the team have killed me off there. It is what it is. Now I've really got to drive like the wind to make the most of this undercut. I can't believe another dead pit stop. 4.9 seconds is just so bad.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
Verstappen's in the box. Verstappen made the change a lap sooner than
Okay,
expected.
car in front, 15.0 seconds.
So Max is trying an undercut as well. It's not worked for him on me. He's just over a second behind as well, thankfully, so no DRS for Max Verstappen down the straight. That's crucial. Now hopefully we'll have the pace to just extend on Max, and he won't be a threat for the rest of the race.
ERS is low. Consider changing mode on your MFD, or lift a little with gentle braking into corners to recharge it. Okay, mate, let's try and climb up the order. I'm setting you a new target. Push, push. The car behind's just boxed for mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre now.
Is Lando in? Looks like Lando's in. McLaren's in the box, as expected on lap 19. The gap was 9.5 as we entered the pits, but with a really slow pit stop, it's going to be more like 11.5, maybe even closer to 12 seconds to Lando. So my hopeful undercut that was already pretty hopeful only, basically ruined by... well, not ruined, but finished off by the dead pit stop. Fastest lap of the race for me. Closing right up on Daniel Ricciardo now, ensuring that we're out of DRS range still of Max Verstappen. I need to make my way through the traffic as quickly as possible, but Lando's long gone. Any hope we had for P2, I think has disappeared. It will be P3 at best, although Lando does have some traffic, but he should see that traffic off relatively quickly. I also will be struggling with some traffic in the not too distant future. It's only the one car at the minute, but there is a lot more further down the road. And already I'm struggling with it. Daniel's going to leave me some space, just enough for a car's width to get through. Thank you, Daniel. And just able to maintain the 1 second gap to Max as well. Daniel, please hold up Max Verstappen as much as possible. Thank you. Lots more soft runners in the box now. We'll be running directly behind Lando Norris
2.9 seconds.
as we round this turn. So 7.5 basically to Lando. It could have been about 5.5 if it weren't for the slow pit stop. So we have gained about 4 seconds thanks to our undercut. But it's just not going to be enough to finish ahead of Lando. Now we're just praying that we're in a position where we can guarantee that P3 and a podium finish, and what would actually be a double podium finish for Ferrari, of course, with Charles Leclerc the likely winner of this Grand Prix. Although Lando is in a decent position at the minute to try and win it for himself.
Okay, so all of our
Tyre pressure data's gone. The thing that's intriguing to me now is how the gap to Lance Stroll comes down for those that are going even longer on the mediums. Oh, Charles in the pits now. That's early. They must be going to the hard tyre then. They're not going to try and take softs 24 laps, surely. If they're going medium hard, Esteban Ocon's gone soft hard. They're going medium hard. Could that work in our favour with our tyre wear? The hard tyre is about 1.5 seconds slower than the soft, about 9/10 slower than the medium, and our tyre wear is 13% better than expected. Oh, it depends what they go to. If he goes to a hard tyre, we might be able to get Charles Leclerc. We also might not, because Charles Leclerc's bloody quick. Doesn't matter what tyre he's on. Championship standings have been updated in Creator Series. So I am currently still P5 in the championship. 14 points behind Hayden, but G is only 13 points behind me, and he's gotten all of those points in the last 3 Grand Prix. So he'll be finishing above me in the championship, that's for sure. Yikes. Bit bloody quick, isn't he? Old G Watts. But we should be top 6 at least for the F2 Championship, which is decent for my first year at this level, so to speak. Canada we certainly could have done better at. It was only because we were still learning the wet weather gameplay. Obviously, wasn't here for Las Vegas. Would have expected a decent finish there. Wasn't here for Qatar. Would have hoped for a decent finish there. It's been a really good opening year for me in F2. I'd like, obviously, to be back in F1, but if we are in F2 for Season 8, then it should be front-running still. I hope. Anyway, I guess it depends if anyone comes down from F1 that's really quick, like G Watts. Lando now takes my fastest lap. Those other guys are coming out the pits, and they are on the hard tyre. So Sainz is out on the hards. Charles is out on the hards. We've actually undercut Carlos Sainz. Alonso's out on the hards and is right with Lando. Now then, are our medium tyres going to last long enough to take advantage of the better compound? I hope so. P6 at the minute. Everyone other than Kevin Magnussen has now boxed. So we're running a net P5. And trying to move ourselves forward into a... Oh no, Lance Stroll hasn't boxed. So we're in a net P4. And we're trying to move ourselves forward into a podium position. It's Stroll in the box now as Lando sets another fastest lap of the race. And Magnussen in too. So that'll be us into that P4. I now take the fastest lap of the race. Hopefully, Lando and Nando have a bit of a scrapperoo. Although there's a full second between them. Fernando is going to have to try and cling on to the back of Lando Norris with DRS. I don't think he's going to be able to do that for long. Well, this is our race then, to the end. Another 20 laps to go. Can we hunt down Fernando Alonso or Charles Leclerc? Yellow flag behind. It's a Williams retiring. Something's gone pop on his car. But it's not going to bring out any sort of safety car or VSC. If we do have a safety car and we elect to go for an extra pit stop, I do have a fresh set of medium tyres I can go to.
that gap ahead, please. 5.4 seconds.
Still a long way to go. We're only just past half race distance. Significantly quicker than those on the hards at the moment. Significantly quicker. That's over a second a lap we've taken out of Fernando Alonso so far. As long as the medium tyres last, we should get him.
Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 3.4 seconds.
I'm trying my best. Jaguar, thank you for the follow, mate. Tyres are going to be very worn at the end of the race, though. Big Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Cheers, Jeff. For the 12th month, brand new badge for that. You've got a silver 1 year badge now. RTG will be about 3 o'clock, just over an hour's time, I would imagine. There or thereabouts.
Verstappen's out in front.
No, he's not. Not taken as much out of Alonso that lap. Gap was closed by less than it did on the previous. I don't know whether it's because I didn't use as much ERS or what. That lap was 6 tenths slower than my previous, which was the fastest lap of the race of a 1:44.4. 2.2 seconds to Fernando. We might just be at the point where the hards are starting to become more competitive against these now all over 10% worn medium tyres. Which isn't ideal, considering we haven't quite gotten to Fernando yet. We didn't quite get to Fernando in the last stint either, but the gap is hopefully still closing, just not maybe by as much. Steady. Come on now, Chase, concentrate.
Behind is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap. Well done.
Same fucking mistake again, you moron.
Okay, gap ahead, 1.6 seconds.
CO2 Remedy, thank you very much for the second month subscribe, mate. Viva la wood indeed. I'm trying my best. Viva la cheese, viva la fromage.
happens in first place. Caution, caution.
Oh, oh! Yellow flag in front! Is it my teammate or is it Lando? No! Charles spun around! Charles Leclerc has had a moment. He's facing the wrong way at the bus stop. That is how you throw away the win of a Grand Prix, Charles Leclerc. That is not very good at all. Well, we will get on the podium and we will finish ahead of our teammate. We're fighting for a P2 now. It's like, no! But kind of like, yay, actually, for us. Thumbnail, did you say? Yeah. Oh no! Anyway.
Okay, the incident's been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed. Come on.
He's been disqualified! I'm so distracted by that, I didn't even take the corner properly. Charles Leclerc's been disqualified for facing the wrong way or driving the wrong way. So he's obviously tried to get himself back onto the circuit. But by doing so, has ended up pointing the wrong way a little bit. Reversed. Still waiting to rejoin. This is very much a game thing, not a real life thing. And has been disqualified for reversing. Well done, game. That's not Charles's fault. That's the game. That sucks, doesn't it? Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Hello, me. There's me. And we're off again.
Okay, mate. Alonso ahead. We can't let them hold us up for too long, so let's try and get past as soon as possible and crack on. Push, push. Charles has dropped out of the race.
DRS on Fernando Alonso. Albeit, he's probably going to get out of DRS. I broke too late for that. Oh, stop car, please. Thank you. Probably going to be out of DRS for this part, maybe. If I can... No, he's out of DRS. Oh, with battery, can we get it back? We might just have done. Are we within DRS range of Fernando Alonso for the Kemmel Straight? Yes, we are! Bring me P2! dare I say it, Lando's only 4.5 seconds down the road. Let's not get carried away yet, shall we? Boosh. It does look like a bit of a gun, doesn't it? Like the mini Uzi from COD 4.
Behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Well done.
That's why you need to stay in the stream, Harry. Not dip in and out. Catalando's growing again.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Oi, oi, oi. Alonso has been officially caught. And very soon, Alonso will be officially passed. I.e. now.
Okay.
Onto the grass to get past, but past we are.
There's a long way to go in this race, so let's keep it clean.
There is still a long way to go in this race. 12 laps, in fact. Gap to Lando 3.7. But I am not going to drop Fernando. He's going to be right with me for the rest of this race. So I need to concentrate, evidently. Utilise my battery as best as I can. Try and close on Lando. Whilst at the same time, not losing any time battling Fernando. Easier said than done. A safety car right now would be lovely, though. even just the VSC to put some fresh medium tyres on and a cheap stock. Fuel could be a concern. I just got to give this up, I think. I'm going to have to. We are not fast enough to catch Lando Norris, and I will run out of fuel before the end of the race if I don't save any. So what I'm going to have to do is let Fernando past, try and stay in his DRS, save some fuel, and then go for P2 again later in the Grand Prix.
Try to stay with them.
I need to save some fuel.
Still regain the position.
We took some out at the beginning of the race because in the practice program it told us we didn't need anywhere near as much as it was going to give us, and it is going to prove that we didn't need as much as it originally gave us, but I haven't given myself enough
Make use of the
to make it to the end of the race. I took out too much pre-race. And as a result, we're going to have to save some fuel, try and manage the situation, and fingers crossed, finish in P2. Ugh. Okay, feel free to cut that just after I finish that sentence, Chris. Weber, thank you for the follow, mate. And finish in P2, cut, spin. Fuck's sake. I said I wouldn't do that. I'm sorry. Going to be able to stop saving fuel on lap 42, I think.
The car behind is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap. Well done. Catching the car ahead, well done, but be aware these tyres need to get us to the end of this race. gap to the car in front is less than 1 second now. Well done. Let's try and get past in the DRS zone.
Either Lando's made a mistake or Lando has an issue, because that gap is coming down again. It's now under 3. Still saving fuel at this stage, and will be doing so for the next 2 laps. I will save fuel until the end of the Kemmel Straight on lap 42. Then for the rest of 42, all of 43 and 44, I will push. I wonder whether Lando's tyres are going. We know that our tyre wear is significantly better. Just at other tracks it's been significantly worse. I wonder whether Lando might just be under threat at the end of this race. And maybe there might be a win for myself or Fernando Alonso available. Maybe even as late as the last lap. About to end lap 40, and start lap 41. I still need to save fuel. Can't push yet, but Lando's getting closer to us. Fernando is really helping my race. He's actually helping me potentially win it. We'll wait and see what happens. It's going to be a tense end at the end of this Belgian Grand Prix. Concentrate, Chaz. .6 to Lando. This is going to be the last time that I save fuel. From this moment on, it is push to the end. P2 surely. P1 question mark. Lando definitely doesn't have a problem because he's maintaining the gap in the right areas. He's just got worn tyres. But who doesn't at this stage of a race at Spa have worn tyres? Two laps to go. If I can, I'm going to try and take Fernando.
Car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop.
Oh, I know that much, mate. I'll try and take Fernando this lap at the end of the Kemmel Straight if I can, but I might be slightly too far back. I'll have to use a lot of battery to do so.
By 5/10 a lap.
Gap's going to be about half a second. As we start the Kemmel Straight, I've used all my battery. Bit more. I'm going for it, Fernando. You can go as defensive as you like, mate. I am having P2, thank you. 1.7 seconds to Lando Norris in first place. Now make that 2. So we're compromised through the chicane section at Blanchimont. We'll do what we can. At the very least, we want to hold on to this position. Not even sure about being able to do that at this moment in time. I think the lead might be too much for us, but certainly P2 is evidently attainable and hopefully maintainable too. So as we start the final lap, gap to Lando 2 seconds, gap to Fernando behind less than half a second.
Final lap.
We will get an extra point for fastest lap unless anyone nails it off me on this final circuit of the Spa-Francorchamps circuit. I'm going to be at risk to Fernando by the end of the straight, I think. I'm going to try my best to use as much battery as I can. Fuel is fine. Straight line speed is not. Fernando's going to go for it on the inside into the chicane. I'm going to have to brake deep, brake hard, maintain the place, and as a result, Lando breathes a massive sigh of relief. That is Lando Norris definitively, as if he wasn't previously, winning this Belgian Grand Prix. I now need to save battery for the rest of the lap to defend into the bus stop chicane, to ensure that we finish ahead of Fernando Alonso and get our second P2 of our time here at Ferrari. Last time it was P2 behind our teammate. This time it's going to be P2 thanks to our teammate because he got himself bloody disqualified. Right, concentrate on exit, bit of battery, concentrate on the turn. Now all the rest of the battery. Fuel is going to be on the limit but safe. Might as well use literally all the battery. We might just be able to finish within 2.5 seconds of Lando Norris. We're definitely going to finish in front of Fernando Alonso as the checkered flag comes out. It's Lando, the half Belgian man that wins in Belgium. And it's me, the 100% Englishman, that finishes in second.
Really happy with the podium down
We
here,
thought
so
Spa
well
was
done.
going to be strong for us. Spa was strong for us. Driver of the day. We started 8th. We got to Q3 for the first time in 10 races, and we made it work for us. Congratulations, Lando, on the victory. We'll take 19 points unless anyone took the fastest lap off me right at the very end,
And with
which
that, we
they
wrap up
didn't.
another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join
That's huge. That's massive and a well-earned P2 there. Now, moving forward, unfortunately, it's going to be a handful of races that aren't going to suit us. Still only 36% with the recognition. Although, crucially, and I can't remember if I mentioned this on the intro, I don't think I did, it's been made aware that, yes, our teammate can do the question mark upgrades. Even if my recognition isn't high enough, my teammate can still do the upgrades that are entirely unavailable to me. So the car will definitely continue to improve here at Ferrari for the rest of the season. Turbo reliability testing has gone up. I'm beating Lance Stroll in my driver rating rivalry. We have... Oh, hello, Aston Martin have significantly improved their car. We have enough resource points to whack on something on the aerodynamic side. Drag reduction system, thank you very much. 0% chance of failure, you love to see it. I don't have enough points, nor can we do multiple upgrades on any department. We now have the 7th best aerodynamic package. We're slightly ahead of RB again. Is that going to be done for... it's not quite going to be done for Zandvoort, but it will be done for Monza. Monza's a power track. That will be very much one where hopefully we will do well at as well. That's going to be done for Monza as well, unfortunately. Anything in here I could do still? 90 for the electrical systems. That will absolutely get done. Department capacity reached there as well. And it's time for the season break. But
Okay, mate, I'm pleased to say
very,
that
very
our
comfortable at the moment now. Hopefully these things will pass. They should do. The Dutch Grand Prix is very much aerodynamic focused. So I'm expecting more of a struggle here as we found in Hungary. Red Bull have now eclipsed us on the performance index as well. Although we're about to head to the Netherlands to find out exactly what the weather's going to do at Zandvoort. Obviously, we'll put the more worn parts in. Going to have to take a new energy store before the end of the season. Going to have to take a new control electronics as well before the end of the season. But we'll go to the next race weekend and we'll see what the weather's going to do. Because as you saw from the real life race at the Netherlands last year in 2023, it is interchangeable at the seaside. And it will be interchangeable at the seaside. We will start the race with almost certainly the full wet weather tyre and end the race in the dry. Every session until the Grand Prix will be dry, but the race will start in the pouring rain. Haas and Aston Martin have gone further away from us. McLaren are right with us. Red Bull have come basically up to the McLaren and ourselves at the moment. So progression is still being made. More progression will be made before Spa. I'm a point behind Carlos Sainz in the Drivers' Championship now. I'd like to think I'll be ahead of Carlos Sainz by the end of this next round of the Championship. We are only 11 points and 12... Sorry, 11 points... 9 points and 12 points... 9 points and 11 points! Maths, can you do it? Behind McLaren and Aston Martin in the Constructors' Championship. Red Bull are a long way away. Apologies for my apparent brain meltdown there. Charles Leclerc DNFs, which probably ruins any chance he had of closing in on Max Verstappen. He would have gotten another 25 points surely for a victory in Belgium and been on 223. Very much within touching distance with that amount of the season to go, as his performances have been much better than the Red Bull recently. Fernando Alonso closes in and is now level with Charles in the championship as well. Lando, a podium finish in each of the last 5 Grand Prix for that McLaren, as that is definitely getting better as a package. As is ours, as is everybody else's at the moment. Join me in the next episode for the Belgian Grand Prix. It will more than likely be fully wet to inters to mediums or softs at the end of that Dutch Grand Prix, but really pleased with the P2. Thrilled with the way that the weekend went. Disappointed for Charles' side of the garage, but we benefited from it, so we'll just have to take that and be happy with it, and we certainly are. Join me at the seaside for Zandvoort next time round. I'll see you later. Right, we'll stop that recording. We'll save that footage. Rename F1 S2 14 Belgium. We can upload that to the thingy for Chris. British Grand Prix has gone up now. That FIFA video goes up today, so we can delete that too. The EIEIEIO. Up the fucking Football League we go, and hopefully even further still, as we'll be moving on to FC24 in a very short while. Let me just set this video to upload for Chris on the Dropbox. And I'm going to go and have a quick lunch break. When we come back, I'll go offline. We'll come back in about 20 minutes' time, probably as close to 3 o'clock as I dare. And then we will be recording the realistic Road to Glory. As it's the season run-in now, we're very close to the end of the year, and we are pushing very much so for the playoffs. So I will pay out the predictions, don't worry, we'll get that done. Do make sure that you join me in about 15 to 20 minutes time for the realistic Road to Glory. I'm going to go and grab some lunch. You guys will grab some food of your own. I'll be back in a little while